Ladies and gentlemen, many people wait for the perfect moment to begin. They believe they need more knowledge, better skills, or the right circumstances before taking action. But the truth is, if you wait until you feel completely ready, you will never start. There will always be another reason to delay, another excuse to hold yourself back. The reality is that readiness is a myth. No one is ever truly ready for big changes or challenges in life. The most successful people are not the ones who waited for the perfect moment. They are the ones who started despite their doubts. Think about some of the greatest innovators, leaders, and achievers in history. Do you think they felt ready when they took their first step? Steve Jobs didn't wait until he had a perfect business plan before starting Apple in his garage. Oprah Winfrey didn't wait until she had decades of experience before stepping in front of the camera. They jumped in, learned along the way, and built success through action. They understood that growth happens during the journey, not before it begins. If they had waited, they might have never changed the world. One of the biggest reasons people hesitate to start is fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, and fear of the unknown. But fear is a natural part of stepping outside your comfort zone. It's a sign that you are about to do something meaningful. Instead of letting fear stop you, use it as fuel. Recognize that feeling scared or unprepared is completely normal, and then take action anyway. Action is the only way to build confidence. The more you step forward, the more capable you become. Another reason people delay taking action is the false belief that they need to master everything before they begin. This is called analysis paralysis. Overthinking so much that you never actually do anything. The best way to learn is by doing. Think about learning to swim. You could read books and watch videos for years. But until you actually get in the water, you won't truly understand how to swim. The same applies to any goal in life. Experience is the best teacher, and the only way to gain experience is to start. Starting before you feel ready also allows you to gain real-world feedback. You can plan and prepare for years, but once you take action, you will learn things that no amount of preparation could have taught you. The sooner you begin, the sooner you will see what works and what doesn't. You can make adjustments, refine your approach, and improve along the way. Those who start early, even imperfectly, are always ahead of those who are still waiting for the right time. Some of the most successful entrepreneurs, artists, and athletes have admitted that they weren't fully prepared when they started. But they figured things out as they went. They trusted the process and understood that expertise comes with experience. Every mistake, every setback, and every lesson learned along the way contributed to their growth. If they had waited until they felt completely ready, they might never have even started. The willingness to take action before feeling fully prepared is what separates achievers from dreamers. It's important to shift your mindset. Instead of saying, "I'll start when I'm ready," start saying, "I'll start and become ready in the process." Progress is not made through endless preparation, it is made through action. The first step may feel uncomfortable, but discomfort is the price of growth. Every great journey begins with that first imperfect step. The sooner you take it, the sooner you will get to where you want to be. So whatever goal you have in mind, whether it's starting a business, writing a book, launching a project, or pursuing a new career, don't wait until you feel 100% ready. Take the first step now. Trust yourself, trust the process. And remember, action creates momentum and momentum leads to results. Success is not about taking one big leap. It's about the small, consistent steps you take every single day. Many people believe that major achievements come from a single moment of brilliance. But that's far from the truth. Greatness is built through daily habits, repeated efforts, and the discipline to keep going even when the results are not immediately visible. It's not about working in short bursts of motivation. It's about committing to steady, persistent action over time. One of the biggest mistakes people make is relying too much on motivation. Motivation is temporary. Some days you'll feel inspired and ready to take on the world. Other days you'll feel exhausted, unmotivated, and uncertain. If you only take action when you feel like it, you'll never make real progress. This is why discipline is far more important than motivation. Discipline means doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it. It means sticking to the plan and showing up for yourself every single day. Imagine someone who wants to get in shape. They work out intensely for 1 week, then stop for a month because they don't feel motivated. Will they see results? Absolutely not. Now, imagine someone who exercises consistently, even if it's just for 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. Over time, their small daily efforts will lead to real transformation. The same principle applies to every area of life, whether it's learning a new skill, building a business, improving relationships, or pursuing a personal goal. Small, steady progress beats short-lived intensity every time. Consistency is also the key to mastery. The world's greatest athletes, musicians, and professionals didn't become the best overnight. They practiced their craft every day, even when they didn't feel like it. A writer who writes 1 page a day will finish a book in a year. A musician who practices for an hour a day will become highly skilled over time. Success is simply the result of repeated actions, done with focus and commitment. The more you show up and put in the work, the better you get, and the closer you move toward your goals. One of the most powerful ways to stay consistent is to develop habits and routines. When something becomes a habit, you no longer have to rely on willpower to do it. It becomes automatic. This is why some of the most successful people in the world follow strict daily routines. They don't waste time deciding whether to take action. They have already built the habit of doing it. Whether it's setting a daily schedule, tracking your progress, or holding yourself accountable, creating a structured routine can make a huge difference in staying consistent. Another important factor in maintaining consistency is setting realistic and achievable goals. Many people get discouraged because they set goals that are too big and overwhelming, then fail to keep up. Instead of trying to do everything at once, break your goals into smaller, manageable steps. Focus on progress, not perfection. Even if you can only do a little each day, that little adds up over time. Success is not about how fast you move. It's about the fact that you keep moving forward, no matter what. It's also crucial to understand that results take time. One of the biggest reasons people give up is that they expect immediate results. They want to see success overnight, and when that doesn't happen, they lose motivation. But real, lasting success is a slow process. A tree doesn't grow overnight. A masterpiece isn't painted in a day. The key is to keep taking action, even when you don't see immediate rewards. Trust the process, stay patient, and know that every step you take brings you closer to where you want to be. Ultimately, consistency is what separates those who succeed from those who don't. Talent alone is not enough. Intelligence alone is not enough. Even hard work, if done inconsistently, won't lead to success. What truly matters is showing up every day and putting in the effort, no matter how small. Those who take consistent action, even in the face of challenges and setbacks, are the ones who achieve their dreams. Failure is often seen as something negative. something to be avoided at all costs. But in reality, failure is one of the greatest teachers in life. Every successful person has failed, some of them multiple times, before achieving their goals. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not the absence of failure, but how they respond to it. Instead of seeing failure as the end, successful people see it as feedback, as a lesson that brings them closer to success. One of the biggest reasons people fear failure is because they associate it with personal worth. They believe that failing at something means they are failures. But this couldn't be further from the truth. Failing at a task or a goal does not define who you are. It simply means that the approach you took didn't work. It's a signal that you need to adjust, learn, and try again. The moment you stop taking failure personally and start seeing it as a necessary part of growth, you free yourself from the fear that holds so many people back. Think about a baby learning to walk. The child will stumble and fall dozens, maybe hundreds of times before they take their first steps. But do they ever stop trying? No, they instinctively know that falling is part of the learning process, and eventually through trial and error, they succeed. Yet as we grow older, we lose this mindset. We become afraid of looking foolish, making mistakes, or being judged. But the truth is, no one who has ever accomplished anything great did so without failing along the way. One of the most famous examples of failure turning into success is Thomas Edison. He failed over 1,000 times before successfully inventing the light bulb. When asked about his failures, he simply responded, "I have not failed. I've just found 1,000 ways that won't work." This is the mindset of a true achiever. Someone who understands that failure is not the opposite of success, but a part of it. Every failed attempt brings you closer to the right solution. As long as you are willing to learn from it, failure also builds resilience. Every time you fail and get back up, you become stronger. You develop mental toughness, persistence, and the ability to handle challenges without giving up. The road to success is never smooth. It's filled with obstacles, setbacks, and disappointments. But those who keep moving forward despite their failures are the ones who eventually break through. If you embrace failure instead of fearing it, you will develop the resilience needed to overcome any challenge life throws at you. Another important lesson failure teaches is adaptability. When something doesn't work, it forces you to reassess your strategy and make necessary changes. Some of the most groundbreaking innovations and discoveries happened because of failure. Scientists, engineers, entrepreneurs. Many of them stumbled upon their greatest achievements by accident after something else failed. Failure forces you to think creatively, to refine your approach, and to push beyond what you originally thought was possible. Most people don't realize that the fear of failure is often worse than failure itself. Fear paralyzes people, keeping them stuck in their comfort zones, afraid to take risks or try something new. But when you actually experience failure, you realize it's not as terrible as you imagined. In fact, it can be incredibly freeing. Once you accept that failure is just a stepping stone, you stop holding yourself back. You start taking bold actions, trying new things, and pushing your limits, all of which are necessary for real success. At the end of the day, the only true failure is giving up. As long as you keep learning, adjusting, and moving forward, you are never truly failing, you are evolving. The most successful people in the world didn't avoid failure, they embraced it, learned from it, and used it as fuel to achieve greatness. In a world filled with distractions, staying focused on your goals is one of the hardest yet most important things you can do. Every day we are bombarded with notifications, social media updates, news, and countless other things vying for our attention. It's easy to start with a strong vision, only to get sidetracked by trivial matters or temporary setbacks. But the truth is, success doesn't come to those who dabble. It comes to those who are laser focused on their mission, refusing to let distractions pull them away from what truly matters. One of the biggest reasons people lose focus is that they don't have a clear and specific goal. Vague goals like, I want to be successful or I want to be happy, don't provide direction. Your mind needs something concrete to aim for. Instead of saying, I want to be successful, define what success means to you. Is it financial freedom, a thriving business, a strong, healthy body? The more specific you are, the easier it is to stay focused because you have a clear target to work toward. Even with a clear goal, distractions will always find a way to creep in. This is why you must learn to protect your time and energy. Many people waste hours every day scrolling through social media, watching meaningless videos, or engaging in activities that do nothing to move them closer to their dreams. If you want to achieve your goals, you must become intentional about how you spend your time. Every action you take should align with your vision. Ask yourself daily, is this bringing me closer to my goal or taking me further away? Another major focus killer is trying to do too many things at once. Many people believe multitasking makes them more productive, but in reality it does the opposite. When you split your focus between multiple tasks, you don't give your full effort to any of them. Instead of making meaningful progress in one area, you end up making small, scattered progress in many. The most successful people understand the power of single task, focusing on one goal at a time with full intensity before moving on to the next. Distractions don't always come from external sources. Internal distractions like self-doubt and fear are just as dangerous. When you start working towards something big, your mind will come up with 1,000 reasons why you might fail. What if I'm not good enough? What if this doesn't work? What if people judge me? These thoughts can derail your focus if you let them. Instead of giving in to doubt, train your mind to stay committed to the bigger picture. Remind yourself why you started and push forward despite the fear. Another key to maintaining focus is creating an environment that supports your goals. If your workspace is cluttered, your schedule is chaotic, or the people around you are constantly distracting you, it becomes much harder to stay on track. Organize your surroundings to minimize distractions. Set up a dedicated space for deep work. Establish boundaries with people who might interrupt your progress. Structure your daily routine in a way that prioritizes what truly matters. Your environment plays a huge role in shaping your ability to focus. Discipline is also essential when it comes to focus. It's easy to feel motivated at the beginning of a journey, but motivation fades over time. The real test is whether you can stay committed even when the excitement wears off. This is where habits and routines become powerful tools. When you make working toward your goal a part of your daily routine, it becomes second nature. You don't have to rely on willpower alone because you built a system that keeps you moving forward no matter what. Finally, understand that focus isn't just about working hard, it's about working smart. Some people stay busy all day but don't actually make progress because they are focused on the wrong things. Make sure you're prioritizing the actions that will bring the biggest results. Review your progress regularly. Eliminate unnecessary tasks and constantly refine your strategy. Staying focused doesn't mean doing more, it means doing what truly matters with full dedication. The people you spend the most time with have a profound impact on your mindset, habits, and ultimately your success. It has often been said you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Whether you realize it or not, the energy, attitudes, and ambitions of those around you influence your thoughts and actions. If you surround yourself with negative, uninspired people, you will unconsciously adopt their mindset. On the other hand, if you spend time with ambitious, motivated, and growth oriented individuals, you will naturally elevate your own standards and goals. One of the biggest reasons people struggle to reach their full potential is because they are held back by their environment. If the people around you constantly complain, make excuses, or settle for mediocrity, it's only a matter of time before you start adopting the same mindset. It becomes harder to stay motivated when the people closest to you don't believe in taking action, pursuing goals, or striving for excellence. Your environment shapes your beliefs. So if you want to achieve greatness, you need to be around people who inspire and push you forward. This doesn't mean you should completely cut off everyone who isn't ambitious or successful, but you do need to be mindful of how much influence they have over you. Some people drain your energy, fill your mind with doubts, and discourage you from chasing your dreams. Others uplift you, challenge you, and encourage you to become the best version of yourself. Pay attention to who fits into which category. If someone is constantly bringing negativity into your life, it may be time to create some distance or set firm boundaries. Surrounding yourself with the right people also means seeking out mentors, role models, and like-minded individuals who have already achieved what you aspire to do. A mentor can provide guidance, wisdom, and support, helping you avoid common mistakes and accelerate your growth. Being around people who have already succeeded in your field or area of interest gives you insights and strategies that you might never have discovered on your own. Learning from those who have walked the path before you is one of the most effective ways to speed up your progress. Additionally, you should seek out growth-minded individuals, people who are committed to learning, improving, and pushing their limits. These are the people who will inspire you to aim higher, challenge you to think differently, and encourage you when you face obstacles. When you are surrounded by those who are constantly growing, it becomes natural for you to grow as well. Their drive and ambition will rub off on you, making it easier to stay focused and motivated on your own journey. One of the most overlooked aspects of success is the power of accountability. When you are surrounded by people who have high standards and strong work ethics, you are less likely to slack off or make excuses. Being part of a group that holds you accountable can make a huge difference in your ability to stay consistent. Whether it's a mastermind group, a business partner, a fitness coach, or a supportive friend, having someone who expects you to follow through on your commitments will keep you on track even when motivation fades. Building the right circle of influence doesn't happen overnight. It requires effort to connect with the right people, and sometimes the courage to distance yourself from relationships that no longer serve you. Join groups, attend networking events, engage in online communities, and actively seek out individuals who align with your values and goals. Be intentional about creating an environment that supports your success. It's not just about removing negativity. It's about surrounding yourself with people who push you to become better every single day. At the end of the day, success is not just about what you do, it's also about who you do it with. The right people will lift you higher, help you see possibilities you never imagined, and challenge you to reach beyond what you thought was possible. If you want to go far in life, choose your circle wisely. because the people around you will either be your greatest source of strength or your biggest limitation. Your mindset is the foundation of everything you achieve in life. It determines how you handle challenges, how you respond to failure, and how persistent you are in the face of obstacles. Many people believe that success is primarily about talent or luck, but in reality, it's about having the right mindset. A strong mindset allows you to keep pushing forward even when things get tough, while a weak mindset will cause you to give up at the first sign of difficulty. If you want to achieve great things, you must train your mind to be strong, resilient, and unshakable. One of the key aspects of a strong mindset is believing in your ability to grow and improve, what many call a growth mindset. People with a fixed mindset believe that their talents, intelligence, and abilities are set in stone. If they fail at something, they assume they are just not good enough. But people with a growth mindset understand that abilities can be developed through effort and learning. They don't see failure as a dead end, but as an opportunity to learn and get better. This mindset shift is crucial because it allows you to keep moving forward no matter how many setbacks you face. Another important factor in developing a strong mindset is controlling your thoughts. Your mind is constantly feeding you information, but not all of it is helpful. Doubts, fears, and negative self-talk can sabotage your success before you even start. If you constantly tell yourself, "I can't do this," or "I'm not good enough," those thoughts will become your reality. But if you train yourself to replace negative thoughts with empowering ones, like "I am capable" or "I will find a way," you will start to act with more confidence and determination. Your thoughts shape your actions, so make sure they are working in your favor. Resilience is another crucial trait of a strong mindset. And disappointments are inevitable. But what separates successful people from everyone else is their ability to keep going despite adversity. When things don't work out, do you give up or do you find another way? A strong mindset allows you to adapt, learn from failures, and persist until you succeed. Without resilience, a strong mindset requires emotional control. Many people let their emotions dictate their actions. When they feel motivated, they work hard, but when they feel discouraged, they stop. The problem with this approach is that emotions are temporary and unreliable. A strong mindset means taking action even when you don't feel like it. It means not letting frustration, anger, or doubt steer you away from your path. Instead of being controlled by emotions, you learn to master them, using them as fuel rather than allowing them to hold you back. Another way to strengthen your mindset is by building self-discipline. Success is not about how much motivation you have, it's about how disciplined you are. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline is what keeps you going when motivation fades. Discipline means doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it. It means sticking to your commitments, following through on your plans, and staying consistent. The more disciplined you become, the stronger your mindset will be and the easier it will be to achieve your goals. Developing a strong mindset also requires exposure to the right information. The things you read, listen to, and watch shape your thinking. If you constantly consume negative news, listen to people who complain, or surround yourself with those who doubt your abilities, your mindset will be weak. But if you fill your mind with empowering books, listen to successful mentors, and surround yourself with positivity, your mindset will naturally become stronger. Be intentional about the information you allow into your mind because it directly influences your beliefs and actions. Ultimately, a strong mindset is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. It's not about having an easy life or avoiding difficulties. It's about training yourself to be mentally tough, adaptable, and unstoppable. The stronger your mindset, the more capable you become of handling anything life throws at you. Dreams and goals are meaningless without action. Many people have incredible ideas, big aspirations, and ambitious plans, but they never take the necessary steps to bring them to life. They spend months or even years waiting for the perfect time to start, but that time never comes. The truth is, success is not about how much you know or how great your ideas are. It's about taking action day after day without waiting for ideal conditions. Consistent action is what turns dreams into reality, and without it, even the best plans will remain nothing more than wishful thinking. One of the biggest obstacles to taking action is overthinking. Many people get caught up in planning, analyzing, and trying to figure out every little detail before they start. While preparation is important, excessive overthinking leads to inaction. You can't predict every challenge you will face, and you don't need to have everything figured out before you begin. The best way to learn is by doing. The sooner you start taking action, the sooner you will gain the experience and knowledge necessary to refine your approach and improve. Consistency is far more powerful than occasional bursts of effort. A person who works toward their goals every single day, even if it's just a small step, will achieve far more than someone who works intensely for a few weeks and then stops. Many people start strong, full of motivation, but lose momentum when they don't see immediate results. They fail to realize that real success comes from daily, disciplined effort over an extended period. The most successful individuals are not necessarily the most talented. They are simply the ones who refuse to stop. Another common mistake is waiting for motivation to take action. Motivation is temporary. It comes and goes based on your mood, energy levels, or external circumstances. If you rely on motivation alone, you will never be consistent. The most successful people don't wait to feel like taking action. They do it anyway, whether they're motivated or not. This is where discipline and commitment come into play. When you commit to your goals, you take action even when you don't feel like it, because you understand that progress is built on consistency, not feelings. Taking consistent action also means embracing imperfect progress. Many people delay taking action because they want everything to be perfect. They fear making mistakes or producing less than perfect results. But perfectionism is one of the biggest killers of progress. The reality is no one starts as an expert. The first version of anything you do will likely be flawed, and that's okay. The key is to take action, learn from your mistakes, and continuously improve. Every step forward, no matter how imperfect, is still progress. One of the best ways to ensure consistency is by creating daily habits and routines that align with your goals. When you rely on willpower alone, it's easy to skip a day, procrastinate, or get distracted. But when you build habits, taking action becomes automatic. Whether it's dedicating a certain time each day to your work, setting up a structured routine, or creating accountability systems, the more you integrate action into your daily life, the less likely you are to fall off track. Success is not about making big leaps. It's about making small, meaningful moves every single day. Another important aspect of consistent action is tracking your progress. Many people feel discouraged when they don't see immediate results. But what they don't realize is that progress is often invisible at first. By tracking your actions, whether it's keeping a journal, using a progress chart, or setting measurable milestones, you can see how far you've come. Even if the results aren't showing yet, knowing that you are consistently putting in the work builds confidence and keeps you motivated to keep going. Ultimately, success is not about what you say you will do, it's about what you actually do repeatedly over time. Every great achievement is the result of small, consistent actions that build upon each other. If you want to transform your life, the most important thing you can do is stop waiting, stop overthinking, and start taking action. Every single day.